Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
Uh, Good afternoon, students. Welcome to uh, uh, this webinar on success at CA examination, where we'll be discussing about uh, what are the problems students are facing and how to overcome the fear of examinations, because mostly at the BOS level we had already completed the whole syllabus that will be coming in the upcoming September examinations. So all concepts are in detail, is been discussed, and mostly whatever the queries that was there at that point of time was answered by the faculty in a very detailed manner. In fact, we have given extra 15 minutes in the end of the sessions so that students can clear their doubts. So that students can clear their doubts. So basically, as most of you are aware that this is an objective type of examinations, and it is of 100 marks. So 100 questions will be there. Each questions is of 1 mark, and the whole syllabus of business economics is divided into 10 module, where wherein wherein the different module has been assigned different weightage according to the importance assigned in the overall syllabus. Uh, Now, one thing that is also benefiting to the students, that initially students are not getting the questions papers. So now they are also getting the questions papers, so they can also see, they can practice. Although at the end of each session in our live virtual classes, we had given 15, 20 questions on each chapters, each module that was discussed in the virtual classes were to practice. So I think most of the students till now must have completed their syllabus. They are into the revision mode, because ultimately this time is for revision only, and too many doubts at this moment will create unnecessary uh, panic in the mind. So stay refrain from that, because ultimately uh, uh, 5 months we have started this whole uh, syllabus of our business economics in June, and the classes was completed in July. So we had given almost 1.5 a month for the students to revise all the syllabus. So as per the course syllabus is concerned, the business economics module is been divided into 10 units. The first unit is of introduction to business economics, which is again having a weightage of 5%, wherein the meaning, scopes, the basic problem of economy, and role of price mechanism is been discussed. Because basically, when we study a particular subject, first thing that comes in our mind, that why we are studying that particular subjects. So all has been discussed in detail, the distinction between economics and business economics, why we are studying business economics, the different types of economic systems, the capitalist, socialist, and mixed economy, their strength, their weaknesses, why the weakness in one system lead to the evolution of the other systems, uh, supported by examples. All it been elaborated in great details in the study module, and the students just uh, by attending our classes and referring to the content that has been provided by BOS can definitely clear this examination, the foundation examination, with flying colors. That is no doubt about it. Only thing is, too many references can sometimes create confusion in the mind, because all the students at the foundation level are at the beginning of their chartered accountancy journey. So definitely don't create too much confusion. Gradually, when you progress in this journey, definitely doubts will be cleared. And those who have studied economics at the 11th and 12th level must have studied the basics, although that is not compulsory that if you have studied economics in 11th, 12th, that is a necessary condition. Although the whole study module is been designed in such a manner that for a beginners also, uh, it is they can, if they devote time, if they devote energy, so definitely they can get hold of of the subject. Now, the second unit is the theory of demand and supply. Now, again, in economics, demand and supply are two important components, because mostly if you see the theory of demand and supply, the law of demand and supply plays an important role in overall planning and implementation, because ultimately the theory of demand, the price and the quantity relationships leads to important role to play in planning any business strategy, because ultimately when one is producing something, definitely it contains some price also, and nobody is producing for free. So definitely some economic advantage must be attached to that. So all this rationale of planning uh, uh, is very important. So the demand and supply are the two important concepts in economics, which is basically what we say is the backbone of economics. Now, in demand, the theory of demand, uh, the exceptions of demand, the elasticity of demand, the different types of elasticity. Same with supply, the law of supply, the different types of elasticity, all are very important. And this unit contains a weightage of 10%. This unit contains a weightage of 10%. Uh, the first unit, that is Introduction to Business Economics, is having a weightage of 5%. Now, moving on, the third unit, that is Production and Cost. Again, this is important because gradually, when you are into business, definitely production, you have to plan for the production capacity and the cost involves. So the importance of production is very important. So the law of production, return to scale, uh, are important. Long run, short run uh, uh, are featuring in the cost. The shape of the cost curves are all very important concepts here, which is been discussed, and it is again carrying a weightage of 10%. Next is the important chapter, that is determination of price, which is again carrying a weightage of 15%, wherein we discuss about the four types of market structure: the perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly. And generally, considering the importance and the number of questions that is being asked in the examination, it contains a weightage of 15%. So mostly questions has been asked from this unit. So prepare well this unit, because definitely characteristics of perfect competition, characteristics of monopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, types, the shape of the demand curve, the shape of the different cost curves are the equilibrium conditions in perfect competition, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly are very important. All is been elaborated in detail in this the fourth unit. Then comes uh, determination of national income. Again, this is a important concept in macro in concept in macroeconomics. From macroeconomic perspective, this is very important, where we studied about national income, the Keynesian economics, the classical economics, the two-sector model, the three-sector model, the four-sector model, and it carries a weightage of 15%, and it carries a weightage of 15%. So uh, again, this chapter is also very important. So the fourth and the fifth unit consist overall weightage of 30%. And many of the numerical questions is been asked from the unit 5, because different calculations is been there. You have to calculate the formulas as been given. They are simple calculations, addition and deletions, but the you need to be aware of the concepts. Next is business cycle. It is again carry weightage of 5%, where we discuss about its meaning, its importance, the types, the causes behind the business cycle, and the reason for of failures. Also, the different recent examples are given in this unit of business cycle, which is again carries a weightage of 5%. Next is unit 7, that is public finance, which is one of the most important areas in this syllabus of business economics, where we discussed about the fiscal functions, the market failures, government intervention of in market failures, the process of budget making, how the budget has been prepared, what are the relevance of budget, what are the important concept that has been attached in the budget. All it has been discussed in detail. And public debt, public expenditure has been briefly explained, because all are important exercise in this whole public finance schemes. Now, next is again, in public finance, fiscal policy also plays an important role. So the whole unit has been given importance on fiscal policy. So discretionary policies, the different types of fiscal policies, all are been discussed in detail. Next is the money market, where the concept of demand, money demand, the different theories of demand for money, concept of money supply, and the monetary policy is been discussed in detail. Now, this again is carrying a weightage of 10%, and many of the questions in the examination is been coming from this unit. So students need to be prepared these chapters well, because sometimes not only the theoretical questions, some objective types of questions are also being asked from these units. So we'll be deliberating in detail what are types of questions is been coming in the examination. And the next unit is international trade, the theories of international trade, the trade policy, then trade negotiations, exchange rates are the four basic units that has been covered in the theory of international trade. And again, it carries a weightage of 10%. All this recent trade war, the different concepts in international trade has been discussed in detail in this area of international trade. And the last unit is of Indian economy, wherein we discussed about the importance of Indian economy, the three sectors in the Indian economy, the primary, secondary, and the tertiary sector, the importance, the importance of Niti Aayog in the current structure, and the different policies that has over the period that has come up across the agriculture policy, the industrial policies, the 1991 liberalization policies. All is been because you cannot discuss in detail all the policies, but for students at the foundation level, sufficient discussion has been there in your course module to have a, understanding of the basic subject. That is basically about the way it is. Now, as for the examination is concerned, now definitely we had covered all the your syllabus in detail. Uh, we had conducted the first mock test series also recently, and mostly students have attempted those mock test papers. And definitely, our suggestions is before it attempting mock test paper, you need to complete the whole syllabus, because whatever the mistakes, the mock test is basically sort of a exercise where whatever mistakes that you make in the examination, you have time to rectify these mistakes, you to understand the concept in a much clearer way, where so that in the final examinations that on 22nd of September, when you'll be appearing for your economics paper, you are confident enough to clear the paper. And uh, as for the strategy, lot of questions that is been coming for the from the students, that how to prepare this paper. Definitely from the initial classes onwards, we are in every class discussed about how to prepare this subject. Enough is been discussed about the preparation about the subject. Only thing is, uh, read the concepts that is been given in the study module, and with continuous revision only one can one can perfect the subject well. At the end of each module, definitely uh, a synopsis, basically important points are been there, which has been handy at the time of examinations. Sarans, our BoS publications, is also handy at that for revisionary purposes. Now, seeing the past questions also create impression in the mind that okay, these types of questions is been asked in the examinations. So it gives basically a feel of the different types of questions that is been asked in the examinations. So that is basically that the strategy for the students is not uniform. Every student has his own strength and weaknesses, so they can prepare their own strategy how to perform well in the examinations. But definitely, learning, again revision, practicing the questions. Uh, uh, don't uh, don't be overburden yourself with too many much of study material from different sources, because again that will create a confusion. So clarity of material that is to be uh, prepared and revised time and again is very important. And in particularly in objective type paper, elimination of the wrong answer is again very important, because you have been given four options, and out of the four options, one is the correct answer. One is the correct answer. So definitely you need to learn that how to negate the wrong options that has been there itself, so that you can easily come to the right answer for the questions given. So this is basically a summary of the whole uh, syllabus. Um, the students having any doubt, although Asis, my colleague, is also here, he'll be discussing about a few important points and a few questions that in the meantime has come from the students, will be discussing in detail. So uh, Asis,
Yes, sir.
yeah, uh, over to you. Uh,
Okay, sir. So, good afternoon, students, And thank you, Nikhil sir, for your guidance. So, students, as Nikhil sir has already pointed out, the weightage and the corresponding areas of how you should prepare, how you should not worry about the exam, rather focus on the preparation. Nikhil sir focused on this part. I, on the other hand, will, as sir said, will focus on some important areas plus the doubts that you students are asking, right? So I'll start and then gradually, if you all have any doubts, you can just speak up, right?
No,
I'll start with, yes,
Ashit,
sir.
one Mr. Akshit has raised his hand, so we can
Okay.
uh, ask Ashit to ask his
Yes, sir.
question. Yes,
Right,
Akshit.
sir.
Akshit. Yes. Anu.
Yes, Akshit, speak up.
Akshit.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Akshit, good afternoon.
Sir, I have doubt in one MCQ question. Can I ask? If GDP MP is more than GNP MP, it means I have
Okay.
sent the question.
Akshit, go slow. You're asking if GDP at MP, right?
Yes, sir. I am reading the questions. If GDP MP is more than GNP MP, it means option A, the aggregate.
Understood. No need to read further. Just confirm this once. No need to read the options. You are saying GDP at MP is greater than GNP at MP. Have I written it correct?
Yes, sir.
Bus, perfect. So now here my answer. Then they would obviously give you 4 options, but I believe that we must not rely on options. We should control the agenda. See, how do you reach from GDP at MP to GNP at MP? You see, this is DP, this is NP, right? So definitely you will add NFIA, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because to reach NP, that is national product, you need to add NFIA to domestic product, right? Now, what did they just say? What did they just say? They are saying that GDP at MP is greater than GNP at MP. It means definitely, let me take an example. Suppose this is 10 and GNP is 8. Okay, so far so good, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It definitely means that NFIA must have been negative. Otherwise, how would GDP at MP be greater than GNP at MP? You tell me. So naturally, NFIA would be negative. That means net factor income to abroad. This is a case of net factor income to abroad. So in simple language, you just find out the option which is correct. But in simple language, the answer would be the factor income we are paying to abroad is greater than the factor income that we are receiving from abroad.
Okay, sir. The next question.
Yeah, have you understood
Next question, I
understood this
think.
much?
If
Please confirm.
this much I understood, sir.
Bus. So focus on the concept rather than be worried about the options. Huh? Go ahead. You had a second question you said. Go ahead and ask.
If wait, calculate narrow money M1 from the following data.
Okay. So you are saying that we have to calculate M1, right?
Yes, sir. I'm reading what is given in question. Currency with public rupees 88,000 crore.
Just a second. Na? Just give me a moment's time to note down the values. Otherwise, how would other students understand? Just a minute.
Okay, sir.
You
I'm
are
saying
telling me.
slowly.
Just a minute. Na? Let students otherwise also practice. Huh? So you told me what currency with public, right?
Yes, sir. Currency with public rupees 88,000 crore.
Rupees 88,000. Okay. Currency with public is rupees 88,000. Okay. Forget the crore part. Doesn't matter. Just focus on currency with public 88,000. Okay.
Okay, sir. And I'll say next demand deposit with the demand deposit. Hello.
Yes.
Demand deposit
Demand deposit with
the banking system. With the
demand
banking
deposit. Okay. With the banking system. How much is it?
rupees 2,20,000.
Okay. So you're telling me rupees 2,20,000 is the demand deposit with the banking system. Okay. Great.
Next is time deposit with the
Time deposits with the
Banking system.
Just a second. Time deposit with the banking system, right?
Yes, sir. The value is rupees 2,40,000.
Rupees 2,40,000. Okay.
Other deposits with RBI.
Okay. Other deposits with RBI.
Rupees 2,60,000.
Rupees 2,60,000. Okay.
Next, last one is the saving deposits
Saving
sa-
deposit.
with the post office saving bank.
Okay. With post office savings bank. Okay.
Rupees 50,000.
50,000, right?
Yes, sir. Rupees 50,000, sir.
Okay. Is that correct? The question I mentioned?
2,60,000, 2,40,000, 2 lakh. Correct, sir. Correct.
Now to you want to calculate M1. See, at the end it's a formula based concept. M1 is equals to what? Currency with public, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then we have the demand deposit with banks. Demand deposit with banks means the current account and the savings account deposits with the bank, also called the CASA deposits. And the third one is other deposits with RBI. These three primarily comprise M1. So just you add them, 260, 220 is 480, and 480 plus 88, I guess it's 568.
Yes, sir.
So there it is, 568,000 is the answer. It's a direct formula based question.
Even M1, M2, M3, M4, all the for calculating the formula is already been given in the examination, Akshit.
Right, sir.
Miss Anu. Next is Miss Anu Kumari.
Sir, and national income I want to ask.
Okay, let first Anu ask, then we will move on to you again. Let's move to Anu.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I have doubt in the concept, dumping concept that I faced problem in mock test paper, dumping.
So you're asking me about dumping duty or what?
Concept dumping, what exactly is?
Correct.
I,
Yes, go ahead, speak up.
in that question, you given the example of China and India. That example I forgot, and that question I not get completely clear of what
Understood.
is it saying.
Understood. Pay attention. See, suppose, see, Diwali is on the way, right? You know, Diwali
Yes,
is called the festival of lights. Now, naturally, everybody, kind of decorate their homes with the lights. Now, the lights that you are using to decorate your home can be from India and can be from China. Now, the thing is that since India, in comparison to China, doesn't manufacture in such large quantities, so naturally, the per unit cost of India is higher. Let's say India can produce a light for rupees 80 per light. Let's assume. So naturally, India will sell it at rupees greater than rupees
okay.
80. So suppose India will sell it at rupees 120 per light. Just assume. Now, China being an industrialized nation with where its industries operate in very large numbers, for China, the cost of production of same light is anywhere around rupees 30 per light. Now, what the Chinese government does is that in order to disrupt the Indian market and to take over the markets, they start selling it at rupees 36 or rupees 40 per light. You can even experiment it during Diwali. You can just ask for the Chinese light and the Indian light. You will find this price difference. Now see, any consumer who is feeling that there is a one third the difference, one third basically the Indian price, one Chinese price is one third only. So naturally people will go for the Chinese products. This phenomena
Yes,
where China even sometimes China is not caring about profit. It is even selling sometimes at rupees 30 only, just to take up the market and to destroy the Indian market. This concept, this attitude of China of selling its product at throwaway prices, throwaway means extremely low prices, to any market including India, is called the concept of dumping. So what the government does is that from any product coming from China, let's say government fixes a tax of 500%. So naturally, if the tax is of 500%, now the Chinese light becomes the tax on Chinese light becomes 150, cost is 30. So now the Chinese product will be sold at 180. Right now, Indian product
Yes, sir.
seems cheaper. This phenomena is called anti-dumping duty. The measure India took to, avoid Chinese goods from disrupting the Indian market.
Okay, sir. I got it.
Understood? Understood?
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank
Great.
you, sir.
Great. Next
Yeah,
student, who is
Akshit
the next?
only. Uh,
Right, sir.
uh, Akshit, yes.
Sir, next 2-3 numerical questions only I'll say. Next one is calculate average propensity to save when C equal to 300, Y equal to 1200.
C equals to 300, Y equals to?
1200.
Okay, this is the sum.
Yes, sir.
Now see, APS is average propensity to save. APC
Yes,
is
sir.
average propensity to consume. So APC is consumption by income, which is 300 by 1200, which is 1 by 4, which is 0.25. Now the thing is APC, that is propensity to consume plus propensity to save, is equals to 1. Propensity to consume, as you saw, is 0.25. Propensity to save you have to find out. So propensity to save will be 0.75.
Yes, sir.
When you add APS plus APC, again the value will be equal to 1.
Right.
In a 3-sector model, suppose C equal to
Akshit, 1 second. Have you studied the whole concepts that has been given in the study module?
Sir, yes, sir. I studied. I solved the question paper. In that, some questions were wrong. I need to see the mistakes, so I'm asking these questions.
Okay.
So today I am asking those mistakes what I have done.
Okay.
Next, in a 3-sector model, sir, I'll say a question. In a 3-sector model, suppose C equal to 8 plus 0.6 Y. In YD is written down. YD. One
YD.
equal
8
YD.
plus 0.6 YD.
YD down. Near Y
Ye-
down D one symbol is there.
that
Comma
is that is called disposable income.
Disposable
Okay, go
income.
ahead.
disposable income. Comma I equal to 60.
I equals to 60. Okay, got it.
G equal to T equal to 10.
G equals to T equals to
10.
10. Okay, G equals to T equals to 10. Okay, I have
Where
written.
where C is consumption.
C is consumption. Okay, C is
Uh,
consumption. हाँ
I
ठीक
is
है
invest.
now.
I is investment.
हाँ ठीक है, I understand that. G is government expenditure and T is taxes. Okay, go ahead now. What else?
YD is disposable income. Find out the equilibrium level of national income.
Understood. This is what you have to do.
Yes, sir.
Acha, understood. So see, dear student, equilibrium in any economy is achieved when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Now, aggregate demand consists of consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, and government expenditure. And aggregate supply covers again, aggregate supply is also including consumption plus savings plus taxes, right? So, if you remove all this, then this is the concept that you are left over with. I plus G equal to S plus T. Is this much understood? Hello. Is this much understood?
Akshit, I think he is lost his connection.
Okay.
Anyway, you explain that.
Okay, sir. So students, as I was saying, I plus G is equals to S plus T is the ultimate formula. Now, all of us know that we have been given consumption. If I want to calculate savings, first of all, I and G is given. What is I? I is 60, G is 10. So I is 60, G is 10. So this is done. Then we have taxes. Taxes is again 10. And
Hello,
savings is how much?
sir. Sir, my mic was muted. That's why I can't able to say.
No, now it's okay. You are listening now.
I'm listening, sir. That only answer.
Okay. Now, if you talk about savings, savings is what? Savings is basically income minus consumption. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now putting the values 70 equals to 10 plus disposable income minus consumption. Now disposable income is YD. What is consumption equal to? Consumption equal to 8 plus
8.
0.6 YD.
Yes, sir.
8 plus 0.6 YD. So when I open this bracket, it gives me 10 gone here. So 60 equals to YD
Yes, sir.
minus 8 minus 0.6
Yes, sir.
YD minus 0.6 YD. So minus 8 gone this side is 68. YD minus 0.6 YD is 0.4 YD. Now if they
Yes,
ask you
sir.
what is YD equal to, it is 68 by 0.4. Now 68 by 0.4 is 68 by 4 by 10, which is equal to 68 into 10 by 4. Now 4 17s are 68, so I guess 170 will be your disposable income.
Now understood, sir.
Note it down or take a screenshot.
Yes, sir. I'm taking screenshot. Whatever which step I done mistake, I'll correct. Next, I fastly next which one? Mistake I done. Narrow money. Compute the total credit money created by the banking system. If the required reserve ratio is 15% for
Wait,
every.
wait.
Compute. Yes, sir. Waiting.
Required reserve ratio is
Required reserve ratio is 15%, sir.
okay.
For every 12 lakh deposited in the banking system.
For every 12 lakh in the deep banking system, yes.
Yes, sir. So we are required to compute the total credit money created by the banking system.
Total credit money. Okay, it's simple. So the thing is,
Yeah,
credit multiplied equals to 1 by LRR, legal reserve ratio, which is 1 by 15%. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So 1 by 15 by 100 is nothing but 100 by 15. Now, if you solve it, it gives you somewhere around 6.67. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So money created will always be equals to 12 lakh times 6.6. That is initial deposits into this. That is how much the credited multiplied. So now multiply 12 lakh and 6.67. You will arrive at your answer.
So if we do 1 by 15 by 100, 6.67, after that, what should be the next step, sir?
This is what I showed though. If deposit is 12 lakh, just multiply the deposit with multiplier.
Yes, sir. Now I forgot the national income. I'll say the values by expenditure method. That one doubt. Wait,
So,
sir.
so do you have a doubt on the concept or on a question?
On a question long before I asked, you said that you'll discuss in this class that
So
related to that.
what is the question?
I'm saying wait, sir. Saying.
I think this is your last doubt because other we had to discuss about.
Yes, sir. Last doubt, sir. That's all I'm going. Wait, sir. That question saying. The question is, sir, from the following data.
Go ahead.
From the following data, estimate national income and personal income. I'm saying the value. Net national product at market price 1,891.
Yes.
Uh, Income from property and entrepreneurship.
Just a minute. Income from property and entrepreneurship. Okay.
Uh, acc- accrue Accruing to government administrative departments.
Income from property and entrepreneurship to government administration departments. Yes. How much is it?
45.
45. Okay.
Then third one, indirect taxes.
Indirect
170,
taxes.
175.
So are you not the question you are asking this one? I think you have not even studied the institute solved questions. Similar question is solved in the institute material in the lower part of the page. You should have gone
I
through that.
tried, sir. For me, this question I got wrong. That's why I'm asking what is
No,
my.
no, that is okay. You got wrong. I understood. But you should at least refer from how the institute material is solved. It's the same question you're asking.
This question I practiced all the questions
No,
examples.
no,
This
it's the
question
same question.
alone.
It's the same question. The amounts
See,
are
Akshay,
different.
one thing, all the formulas and the questions that is been given in the examination, you are asking the same questions. That is, again, it is all formula based question, the simple
And
formula
it's
based questions.
and the sum is solved in institute material just with different amounts.
So I want to ask my mistake I done. So that alone I need to ask.
Go ahead, speak the next question. Matlab, next part. Indirect tax is 175.
Subsidies 30, sir.
Subsidies is 30.
Saving of non-departmental enterprises 10.
Savings of non-departmental enterprises is 10. Okay.
Interest on national debt 15.
Interest on national debt is how much?
15.
1515.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Then current transfers from government is 35.
35.
Next,
What else?
current transfers from the rest of the world 20.
What else?
Then saving of private corporate sector 25.
Savings of private corporate
Private
sector.
25.
Okay.
Corporate profit tax 25. That's all.
What else?
That's all, sir. We have to find
But it's
national
a direct
income.
question. It's not a good question at all, though I am solving it. Here it is. National income is equal to NNP at FC. Now, what is NNP at FC? It's basically NNP at MP. Now, here you are standing at MP. You want to reach factory cost. So, factory cost, how do you reach from market price? When you deduct net indirect taxes, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, NNP at MP is given how much? 1891 minus net indirect taxes is indirect taxes minus subsidy. 175 minus 30 is 145. So, 1891 minus 145 is how much?
1891 minus 145 is
Is 1746. So, this is
1746.
this is your answer number one. Is this much clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, 1746 is your national income. To arrive at personal income, now how do you go about it? To national income, you will add this 45. So we add this 45 income from property and entrepreneurship to government administrative departments. Then we add savings of non-department enterprises, which is 10. Then we add the interest on national debt, which is 15. Then we add current transfer from government, 35, current transfer from rest of the world, 20. And finally, the savings of private sector enterprises, saving of private corporate sector is 25. And corporate profit tax also we add. That is 25. You just add 1746 is already given. 45 plus 15 is 60, 70. 70, then 105, 125, 150, 175. To 1746, you add 175. Whatever is the figure is the answer, 1921.
Okay, understood, sir. Thank you, sir.
But it's a direct question. You should go ahead and read the material. It's a clear case of not reading the material, because I have done nothing here. Same things I have just put in the formulas. Next question.
Now, next is Saubhagya.
Yes, Shobhagya, go ahead.
Saubhagya.
Sir, I have a doubt in topics, not a practical question.
So what doubt you have? Please speak up.
So first is, can you explain FRBM Act?
Oh, okay. Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's a much generalized question, which I'll definitely answer. See, first of all, as the name suggests, FRBM Act is basically formed for, by the way, it stands for Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management. As I already told, it basically aims to promote fiscal discipline, to promote fiscal discipline. So basically, government is not, careless in basically its spending. So it promotes fiscal discipline. It promotes fiscal discipline and ensures stability in the country. The goal
Yes.
here is that in the budget expenditures, the government doesn't, behave carelessly, and a kind of stability in the macroeconomic environment, that is in inflation, employment levels, or the stability is there. That is the purpose of FRBM Act. Main word, if you want to remember, these are two words: to promote fiscal discipline and to promote macroeconomic stability. It also manages debt on behalf of the government, so that government is not much under debt pressure.
Okay, sir. Sir, and my
Right.
second doubt is, can you explain Kenya's economic theory with the help of a graph?
Can you explain Keynesian theory with the help of a?
Graph.
Oh, sure. Here it is, Keynesian theory. A very easy question, you see, dear. See, first of all, why do you need explanation with a graph? I did not understand. Because you are not going to get 4 marks in 6 marker questions.
Okay, sir.
You should focus. See, this is what I am saying. Since you have said, I will definitely explain. But the question has no relevance. Now, institute is not going to ask define Keynesian model with the graph. It will never happen. So nonetheless, this is aggregate supply. This is aggregate demand, which starts from the y-axis. So AS and AD are intersecting at this point. The point where AS equals to AD is the equilibrium point. That is the primary agenda of Keynesian model. So Bhagya, next question.
Sabhagya?
No, sir, I have done with my doubt. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other student who are having some doubts? Okay, Assis, in brief, just explain some of the few important concept which has been relevant for the examination, so that.
Understood. Yes, sir. Doing that immediately. Students, as we have already discussed the concepts of national income in the form of practical questions, numericals, as most of you wanted to be discussed, we have already done that. Now we will move forward and, discuss some key points. So students, the key points are, now I will speak both general and specific points. The first thing is that when you are in the world of demand, remember that individual demand and market demand are two different concepts. Okay? Individual demand and market demand are different concepts. We need to remember, when we talk about individual demand, it is the demand by an individual consumer for a particular commodity. Market demand is for all the consumers, demand by all the consumers for a particular commodity. That is there. Number one. Most of you make mistakes when you do elasticity based questions. When you make elasticity based questions. So elasticity based questions is when you calculate price elasticity of demand. It's percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. Percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. That is your price elasticity of demand formula. Now, when I say percentage change in quantity demanded, Q2 minus Q1 by Q1 into 100, P2 minus P1 by P1 into 100. This is the percentage change in price. This is the percentage change in price, everyone. Q2 minus Q1 by Q1 into 100, and percentage change in price is P2 minus P1 by P1 into 100. Remember one more thing, that oftentimes institute may give you a value like this: change in quantity by change in price into original price by original quantity. So this is also the formula. Don't think that this and this are two different concepts. It is the same concept derived basically, right? Now, when you talk about elasticity, when institute gives you a graph, let's say institute might give you a graph like this. Suppose institute tells you that, okay, this is price, this is demand. All right. And now here is the demand curve. What they may ask you is that what kind of demand elasticity is being seen here. So see, price is constantly changing and demand is same. So when despite change in prices, the demand has remained the same, it is called a case of perfectly inelastic demand. Remember, it's a case of perfectly inelastic demand because despite change in prices, there is no change in demand. In such a scenario, price elasticity value is equivalent to 0. Now, if similarly they ask you which elasticity has the shape of a rectangular hyperbola, which kind of elasticity has the shape of rectangular hyperbola? Remember, when we talk about rectangular hyperbola, we are always speaking about unitary elastic demand. We are always talking about, in the case of rectangular hyperbola, unitary elastic demand. A very important thing to remember that way, right? For example, I'll show it to you here. This is a rectangular hyperbola. So one must remember that if unitary elastic demand is spoken about, the answer is rectangular hyperbola. And if the question has come from rectangular hyperbola, the answer will be unitary elastic demand. Okay. Now, having done this much, students, there is another important area where we discuss supply. And in the case of supply, one important concept that they definitely ask is the concept of short run and long run. What institute may confuse you with is your accounting definition of short run and long run. Stu- Students, as per accounts, something is short run when it is held for 1 year or lesser, and something is long run if it is held for greater than 1 year. I am just telling you the definition or the concept of long run and short run in the accounting perspective. But in economics, when you talk about economics, the short run and the long run time period basically talk about some period is called short run if there is at least one fixed input. If there is at least one fixed input, others can be variable. At least one fixed input, then it is a short run. If all are variable, then it's a long run. That concept is very important in the economic sense, right? This also brings me to another important realization of the concept of normal profit, NP. Just a minute. Normal profit, supernormal profit, and losses. Students, a very important area of economics, and I have seen many students whose concepts are not clear in this regard. So let me explain you the three things, because institute might trick you in any of the ways. See, what is normal profit? Let me take an example so that I can illustrate things better. Students, I completed my CA degree. Now I had 3 to 4 options. Option one was that when I completed my CA degree, I could get into CA practice. Basically, I could open a CA firm and give consultancy services and whatnot. Option one could be this. Option two could be, instead of CA, I can do the job in any job in CA firm, or I could do the job in an industry. That was also a welcome move by me. And practice on done, job in CA firm done. The third thing could be, hello everyone, the third thing could be I do some venture of my own venture. Now suppose students, if I was doing a job in the industry or in a CA firm, I would have gotten, let's assume, 15 lakhs per year initially. Just assume that I would have got 15 lakh per year initially. ठीक है, okay sir. But now since I decided to do my own venture, naturally, I would not do the job. Suppose in my own venture, there was a sales of 10 lakh rupees and the cost was of 3 lakh rupees. So if you talk from the accounting point of view, as per accounts, I have made a profit of 7 lakhs because 10 lakh was my sales, cost was 3 lakhs. So my profit in accounts was 7 lakhs. That's called accounting profit. But guess what? Economics tells you are in a situation of loss. As per economics, I have made a loss. Why, sir? Why? It is an economic loss, not an accounting profit. I will tell you why. Because even if I was doing a job, I would have earned 15 lakhs. So by deciding to go for business, I have sacrificed 8 lakhs. So 8 lakh is my economic loss. That is the concept of economic losses. Now suppose my sales would have been 18 lakhs. My cost continues to be 3 lakhs. So my accounting profit is how much? My accounting profit is now 15 lakh. And Now, in such a scenario, if I was not doing this business, I would be doing a job which would still fetch me 15 lakh rupees, which would still fetch me 15 lakh rupees. So in such a scenario, we call it to be economic profit being zero, or a situation of normal profits. So now we can say that I am earning normal profits. When I say I am earning normal profit, it means I am earning what otherwise also I would have earned. मैं वो पैसे कमा पा रहा हूं जो otherwise भी मैं कमा लिया होता कुछ और करके. But imagine a scenario when I am making 21 lakh, my cost is only 3 lakh. So now I am able to generate 18 lakhs. If I was doing a job, I would be generating only 15 lakhs. So this extra 3 lakh that I am able to earn. Now you could say, students, that this is the situation of S&P, supernormal profits. So that was an important bifurcation. That was an important area that deserved discussion. Moving on. Students, when we talk about the law of variable proportion, please remember law of variable proportion is a law that is applicable to the production design in the short run time period. And the law of returns to scale, R2S, is a concept that is applicable in the long run. That is in the long run. That is applicable in the long run. Now, everyone, law of VP is in the short run, law of returns to scale is in the long run. In short run, we have at least one fixed input. We have at least one fixed input. We have at least one fixed input. You know this. In long run, all inputs are variable. All inputs are variable. So remember this. Another important area to remember is the shape of different cost curves. The shape of different cost curves, and why they have such shape of different cost curves, and why they have different shapes. Number one, I'll start with total fixed cost. You see, students, total fixed cost is a horizontal line. Here it is, I'm drawing it. See, it's a horizontal line parallel to x-axis. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. So it's a horizontal line parallel to x-axis. That's total fixed cost. Now, moving on, if they ask you average fixed cost, see, average fixed cost is total fixed cost divided by quantity. So quantity keeps rising, but total fixed cost remains the same. As a result, average fixed cost takes this shape. Again, this shape is called rectangular hyperbola. Remember, while studying unitary elastic demand also, rectangular hyperbola is there. Okay? Now moving on. TVC curve, total variable cost. Total variable cost. When we talk about total variable cost, the shape is, remember, when we talk about total variable cost, remember, it's the shape of inverse S. It's the shape of inverse S. That is the shape of TVC. If they ask you why, remember the answer is TVC is inverse S. Remember, TVC is inverse S due to law of variable proportions. Due to law of variable proportions. That is why TVC is shaped like this. Fourth thing is TC shape. Now, students, much like TVC is inverse S, TC is also shaped in the format of inverse S. And let me, show it to you more clearly, right? So that you understand what is going on in the backdrop. Have a look. Now, this is TC. TC curve is also inverse S. Because why? Because TC is TFC plus TVC. Now, since TFC is always constant, it does not change with quantity. So naturally, TC would assume the shape of TVC. That's the reason TC is also inverse S. Fifth point, if we talk about, then we talk about average variable cost, marginal cost, and average cost. The thing is, all these are U-shaped. All these are U-shaped. Why? Because of law of variable proportion. All these three are U-shaped. Why? Because of law of variable proportions. So if I draw the diagram here, right? Suppose I draw, this is average variable cost. This is average cost. This is average cost. And now I draw MC, marginal cost. So see, marginal cost is passing through the minimum point of both AC and AVC. Yes, so marginal cost is both also U-shaped, but remember MC, that is marginal cost, it passes through the minimum points of both AC and AVC. That's what one must remember, students. A very important area to remember to go by. Sixth point, students. This was fifth one, na? Okay. So now moving on to sixth point, everyone. Students, if I talk about sixth point now, while you are studying the topic business cycles, oftentimes you forget about the concept of turning points. When they say turning points in business cycle diagram, there are two turning points. One is the topmost point, which we call the peak, and one is the bottommost point, which is called the trough. Okay. Now we discuss the concept of indicators. See, there is something called leading indicators, that is more orders being received. So it is an indicator that economy is going to do well. Lagging indicators, like if economy is doing well, people will eventually lose jobs. That is lagging indicator. And coincident indicator, the sales in an economy is rising. The national income of the economy is rising along with economy doing well. So that is a coincident indicator that is happening along with it. One more thing in business cycles I would like to remind you is that the concept of innovation was responsible for business cycle was spoken by Joseph Schumpeter. Similarly, you have Pigot and Frank Knight and so many other people with their opinions. So each economist and what concept they were responsible for, you must go through it because it's very important in that sense. So yes, business cycles I have explained to you. Now moving on to the seventh point, everyone. Now moving on to the seventh point, having done business cycles, what else is the seventh point, students? Students, if you talk about the seventh point, remember that when you are studying national income, though I have had discussed a lot of good questions from national income today in the form of numericals, though I have already done that, I would still like to do one thing. Recap with you the key concepts. Remember, if you are standing at a domestic product and if you want to reach national product, you always have to add NFIA. Remember, if NFIA is positive, we call it net factor income from abroad. And if NFIA is negative, we call it a net factor income to abroad. The first thing to remember. The second thing to go by is whenever you are given gross, if from something gross you deduct depreciation, where do you land? You land at net figure. Third point is if to factory product or factory price, if you add, if to factory price, just a minute, if you add net indirect taxes, you will land up at market price. Now, what is net indirect taxes? Students, net indirect taxes is indirect taxes minus subsidies. There it is. There lies the very important concept. Now, when you talk about the Keynesian standpoint, if I talk to you about the Keynesian standpoint, point number 8, if I talk to you about the Keynesian standpoint or the Keynesian economics viewpoint, remember, as per Keynes, actually J.M. Keynes, the economy is in equilibrium when AD equals to AS. Now, aggregate demand in a two-sector world, if I talk to you about, in a two-sector world, it's very important. It's consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure, and aggregate supplies consumption plus savings. This leads to savings investments identity. That is, savings is equals to investments. Now remember, when you talk about consumption, CS consumption is basically divided into two parts, students. Consumption is basically divided into two parts, students. C is equals to A plus BY. A stands for autonomous consumption. When I say autonomous consumption, it means that part of my consumption expenditure that does not depend on the income level. So even if income is zero, it doesn't mean that I will stop consuming goods and services. So that is autonomous consumption. Now BY is induced consumption. Induced consumption means that when my income rises, my consumption also rises. It is very natural that if I start earning more, naturally I will start consuming more. So that is called induced consumption. When I talk about B, B stands for MPC. What is MPC equal to, sir? See, B or MPC equals to change in consumption by change in income. So imagine my income was 1000 and that time my consumption was 600. Now my income rises to 1500 and now my consumption rises to 700. So students, have a look, everybody. If I were to calculate B or MPC, what is my change in consumption by 100 rupees? due to how much change in income by 500. So MPC is 0.2. So out of every extra 1 rupee I earn, I tend to spend 0.2 out of that. And you all know MPC plus MPS equals to 1. So if MPC plus MPS equals to 1, if MPC is 0.2, MPS I don't know, then MPS is equals to 0.8, that is MPS. And now when we talk about APC and APS, APC plus APS is equals to 1. What is APC, sir? It's total consumption by total income. Mind you, don't confuse it with MPC. MPC is change in consumption by change in income, while APC is consumption by income. And when I talk about APS, it is savings by income. Of course, if you add both, you will end up to 1. You will end up to 1. Definitely that's the case. So this was more or less about Keynesian economics. Now students, if you talk about the fiscal responsibility, the primary three functions of government is to ensure resources are allocated. It's called the allocation function. Then we have the stabilization function, allocation function, the stabilization function. These are the primary functions, the allocation, the stabilization, and the redistribution function. That is, resources are moved from rich to the poor. This brings us to a very important concept of externalities. Externalities may students tend to get confused. Students, externalities can be of both positive nature and negative nature. First of all, externalities means what, sir? Externalities mean students external factors that definitely affect an individual's lifestyle and individual's living, but it affects positively or negatively is a matter of concern or is a matter of discussion. Let me give you an example. Suppose in my locality, students, a new business is set up. Now, if in my locality a new business is set up, that's good. Because this business has invested huge amount, the government corrected the roads. The government corrected the roads and the water pipelines. Government corrected it so that the businesses don't face any problem. But because of this business, not only did this businesses do well, the people of the area also became happy as they also got what they needed most, right? So that is a positive externality. But suppose a factory is set up in your area, it's releasing a lot of pollution, and because of that pollution, people have to pay medical bills. That's a case of negative externality. That's a case of negative externality where something has been unaccounted for but is affecting the masses. That is negative externality example. When we talk about the fiscal responsibility of the government, when we talk about the fiscal responsibility of the government, students, pay attention. When we talk about the fiscal responsibility of the government, just a moment, na? This was 8, this was 9th point, externality was 10th point. Okay, so fiscal responsibility is 11th point. So friends, when I talk about fiscal responsibility to you all, fiscal responsibility refers to a situation where government has to ensure the government has to ensure that it does not overspend on resources, where the government has to ensure that the government is not overspending on different resources, because if the government is doing this, then it is brutal for the economy, right? So there it is overspending to be curtailed. Next is the concept of budget. See, budget is nothing. See, first of all, remember that the word budget has nowhere been used in our Indian constitution. The word they have used is annual financial statement. The word they have used is AFS, annual financial statement. So remember, if institute asks you, you are able to answer annual financial statement. That is the word one must remember. So there is ensuring overspending is cut. Budget ensures budget is nothing but annual financial statement. You all understood this, right? Right, sir. Then there's a concept of crowding out effect, a very important area which deserves discussion. Crowding out effect is an area that deserves a lot of attention and discussion. See, crowding out is a scenario, everyone. Crowding out is a scenario where if government increases expenditure, private sector expenditure is reduced. That is a concept of crowding out. we can say crowding out has taken place. In Indian economy chapter, students, there is a very important area called Niti Ayog. Niti Ayog. So Niti Ayog basically stands for, Niti stands for National Institution for Transforming India. National Institution for Transforming India. Here it is, National Institution for Transforming India. Niti is National Institution for Transforming India. Remember, it is the it is the think tank of the government. If institute anytime asks you the think tank of government is what body, so remember it is the Niti Ayog. Niti Ayog basically promotes cooperative federalism. Sir, what does it mean? Cooperative federalism का सर मतलब क्या होता है? It means that the center and the state both have a say in the decision making process by the government. State can also voice their grievances, is what seeks to be ensured under cooperative federalism, implemented by Niti Ayog. There it is, students, as far as the Indian economy area is also concerned. Nikhil sir, I think now we can take up the doubts if there are any.
Yeah. So basically, we had discussed about the weightage. We had discussed about how to study. We had discussed about numerical questions. We had discussed about the areas where focus is to be done. So students, if anybody is having any doubt, kindly raise the hands. Sarla Devi. Yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good
Sir,
afternoon.
kindly provide us, the link to get previous question paper, sir.
Please could you repeat?
Sir, kindly provide us the link to get previous question paper.
Acha, previous question paper. Nikhil sir, how can the students get previous question papers?
Actually, that is uploaded on the website by the examination department. And from last September examinations, mostly the students are getting in the physical form of paper. Before that, generally, the student have to mark the answer in the question paper itself and they had to submit that. So previous question paper, you can go to the examination department site and there you can get it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sarla. Yes, Sarla.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Got it, sir.
Yeah. Thank
you, sir.
Sarla.
No, it was Sarla only, sir. Her doubt is already clear.
Okay. No, Sarla is yes.
No.
Sarla.
Sir, thank you, sir. I got what actually I wanted. I got from you, sir.
Okay, fine.
It's clarified. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, any of the student who's having any doubt? Okay. Saubhagya. Saubhagya.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you provide any strategy for 1.5 day before examination for business economics?
Okay. Sir, Sir, Nikhil sir, you want to speak or should I speak?
You can speak. Definitely. We had enough time discussed about, but 1.5. Yeah, you can speak.
Okay. So, madam, my first answer would be that, see, it's not 1.5 days till now. It's still a lot of days remaining. So please ensure at least two times you've read the institute material with every dots and commas. First of all, not the 1.5 day strategy, this one. And then now coming back to your 1.5 day revision strategy is very simple. Institute, the Board of Studies has released a brilliant material called the, sir, we call it Saransh, no? Right.
Saransh. Yes, Saransh.
Saransh. That is a brilliant, because I have studied Saransh and I have seen it has been beautifully designed in terms of every charts and tables, right? So in this 1.5 days you should discuss this, and you should read. So definitely while studying, maybe you saw our classes or you were doing self study, whatever you were doing, you would have made some your own handwritten notes. So you should focus on these things. Don't take too much of stress, as I have never seen economics paper being tough for students. That is my 1.5 day suggestion.
And second thing, at the end of the each chapter, summary of the chapters are there. So you can revise that. Even glossary of concepts are there if time permits. Now, definitely 1.5 days before, you don't get into a confusion mode. Only what you have studied, the notes you have prepared, try to revise as much as possible, because if you're asking too much questions to yourself also, definitely it will create pressure on you. So uh, 1.5 days strategy is be calm. Whatever the preparation you have done, rely on your strength. Even you have left out one chapter, don't try to finish off that chapter at the last moment, because again that will create lot of confusion to you. So even you have done 9 chapters thoroughly, go with that rather than completing the 10 chapter and creating too much confusion, which is again uh, disrupt the whole your confidence and your examination strategy. So that is the most important advice that we can give to you. Fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, sir.
Then Padula, Anupma. Anupma.
Sir, just now I asked my query, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I think most of the students, most of the query, whatever the examination tips that we had to give, we had given. Oh, okay, Pooja Yadav just raised her hand. Yes, Pooja.
गुड इवनिंग सर। सर वो न्यूमेरिकल वाले क्वेश्चन में थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होता है, तो वो समझ में नहीं आता न्यूमेरिकल वाले क्वेश्चन में।
देखिए जो न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चंस है ना, हमने स्टार्टिंग में ही बताया है
जी।
कि मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आर फार्मूला बेस्ड।
जी सर।
ठीक है, और जितने फॉर्मूलाज आपके स्टडी मटेरियल में दिए हुए हैं, सबको एक जगह पहले लिख लीजिए। एग्जामिनेशन के लिए वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। उसको रिवाइज कीजिए और उससे रिलेटेड जो क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी आपके मॉड्यूल में दिए हुए हैं, उसको प्रैक्टिस कर लीजिए।
सर एग्जांपल्स करने से हो जाएगा क्या बस कि और उसके
मोस्टली ऐसा नहीं होता कि आपको ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा जो कि आपने कभी पढ़ा ही नहीं हो।
जी।
मोस्टली सिंपल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, फॉर्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, और आपको ये बेसिकली टेस्टिंग होती है कि आपने जो कंटेंट हम मॉड्यूल में दिया हुआ उसको ठीक से पढ़ा है कि नहीं। ठीक है।
yes.
तो
yes.
वो चीज है। बिकॉज अगर आप नेशनल इनकम का चैप्टर देखेंगे तो उसके लास्ट में एक जगह समरी ऑफ फॉर्मूलाज हैं, एक से दूसरा कैसे कैलकुलेट होता है, 8-10 फॉर्मूलाज एक जगह लिखे हुए हैं। different calculation of national income by income method, expenditure method, value and the income method, expenditure method, and the output method. Definitely all the 3 methods, there are simple formulas that is already been given in the exam, in the module. So you just have to add up the thing. Today only Akshit had asked several questions, but mostly all the questions is already been there in the study module. So
okay.
even you practice those questions which are given in the study module, there is no doubt about it that you will be solving all the questions that will be coming in the upcoming examinations.
Yes, sir.
Fine?
Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Then last is Saubhagya Mantri. Saubhagya.
Sir, can you tell us how to attend the exam?
See, attempting the exams, 2-3 points that is very important. One thing is, initially in my discussion, I had already told you you have to learn eliminating the wrong answers. Even Assis in the class has also several times had reminded you all that. That definitely out of the 4 choices has been there, 1 or 2 might be not related to the concept, so easily you can negate that. And the 2 closer one, now definitely the concepts need to be cleared for picking up the right answer. So elimination is important. Second thing is, if you be stuck up in a particular question, don't waste too much of time in solving the questions, because even you attempt 99 questions, your chances of selection is equally of clearing this paper is equally 100%. So don't uh, like spend too much time of questions if you don't know the formulas, or if you don't have studied that particular questions. Move on. Third thing is, first solve at the first go what are the easy questions that has come up. Definitely some questions might be tricky. Fourth important point is, read the questions correctly. Sometimes not is given in the answer, in the question, and you have not read, even you have studied the concept, you will be marking it wrong. So whatever the critical point that is been given in the questions or highlighted in the questions, try to read it correctly, because reading the questions correctly also 50% of the problem is solved. Because sometimes it happens that in a hurry or due to exam pressures, students don't read the questions correctly, even they know the answer. So don't commit that mistake. You are knowing the thing, be confident, and don't be in a hurry to complete the paper. You have been given sufficient time to complete the paper, because it's an objective type paper, and definitely uh, probably most of the questions that is been asked in the examination is of such a nature that student at the foundation level is able to solve that, will be able to solve that. That again is important. Okay. Fine, Sobhagya. Yes, Anupama, all the questions in the study material, particularly the numerical questions, even in the LVC classes also a lot of questions has been solved by uh, uh, has been taken by Assis, and that has been solved in the this our classes also. So our study module questions plus that we had discussed in the classes also, that are very helpful. So that is sufficient. Any more doubts? Sarla, just 1 second. Sarla?
Sir, just I wanted to ask you, are we need to use, to mark which pencil we need to use, sir, to mark the answers? HB pencil to circle the answer?
Not HB. It is I think pen.
We need to
Ball
use
pen.
pen, no? Ball pen, black
Yeah.
ball pen.
Yes.
Okay.
Black or blue ball pen that has been written. in the this examination guidelines that has been given to you, that
Okay,
all
sir.
the things, the detail will be there.
Okay, okay.
Even in the admit card also, you'll be getting that.
Information on this.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I think most of the doubts of the students are clear, is clear, and already we had discussed with you all the examination strategy, the tips, some 10-15 important concepts, the weightage in the examinations, all uh, try to revise as much as possible. What Assis has rightly said, that at least given the time that you are having, still twice you can revise the syllabus point by point, read the content carefully, so uh, you can able to do justice in the examination and just clear the examination with flying colors. So hopefully all the doubts are clear. So thank you, students, and best of luck for your coming examinations. Although we'll be interacting with you with one more session, so any doubts that has been there itself, we can discuss upon that. Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good luck, students.
Tech support. Just close the session. Fine. Close the session. Fine.